Violence has always plagued the inner city, and during the 80s, the subway system seemed to be the main area where most crimes would occur. Young thugs, as they were being labeled, seemed to terrorize any patrons going to or from their well-known destinations across the boroughs of the Big Apple. On December 22, 1984, 4 African Americans were shot and wounded due to Bernard Getz, a patron on the 2 train, feeling as if his life was in danger, took it upon himself to protect what was his on this given day. Being previously assaulted 3 years prior to the incident of mention, Getz later applied for a permit to carry a concealed handgun. Even though owning or using a firearm is illegal in the state of New York, he still managed to take a trip to Florida where he purchased a .38 caliber revolver for his own safety. Getz's daily routine of work was to transport electronic equipment and large sums of money from many different locations, and he wanted to be safe at all costs. While aboard on the 2 train, the Black Youths stated in the police report that they were headed to the city to rob an arcade at the time. Getting on at 14th Street, the Youths made up their minds that Getz would be the intended mark, not knowing that they would end up the victims. While sharing signals to each other and ready to carry out their plan, the Youths approached Getz. Filled with anxiety and fear, shots rang out and all youths were hit. One of the bullets severed one of the assailant's spinal cord. Rumor had it, Getz walked over to the bleeding youth and fired another shot, stating, "You don't look too bad. Here's another one," and decided to shoot him again. Getz stated that he felt as if one of the youths had a weapon and he had to think quickly. Caught off guard, passengers on the train decided to flee to the next car out of the reach of the chaos that happened to spin out of control in a matter of seconds. Being approached by the conductor of the train, assuming that Getz was a police officer, he was later informed that Getz was merely just a regular patron who thought he would become another robbery victim on New York City Transit. Scared and not knowing what else to do, impulse took over and Getz jumped on the tracks and ran through the tunnel to Chambers Street Station, where he exited to his freedom. He later went home and decided to rent a vehicle, only to drive to Vermont to escape all the craziness that would soon come his way. While on the run, Getz decided to get rid of the clothes as well as the weapon that was used during the failed robbery attempt on his life. On December 26, an anonymous call came into the New York Police City Hotline with details matching the lone gunman who happened to be Getz. Not knowing that he was a wanted man, Getz returned back to the city only to gather some important items and this time headed to New Hampshire, only to go to their local police headquarters and then turned himself in, stating that he was the person of interest in the New York subway shooting. Getz felt as if the New York City justice system was lawless and his actions were looked upon as if he took matters into his own hands due to others labeling him confused and emotional. The reports were stating that he had become the city's very own vigilante. During his tape-recorded confession, Getz stated that his intentions, while being surrounded by the assailants, was to kill them, and he hoped that he had more bullets to shoot more into them. He was also quoted saying he wanted to gouge one of the guys' eyes out also. Getz was taken back to Manhattan on January 3, 1985, and arraigned on 4 charges of attempted murder. His bail was set at $50,000, where he refused any financial support from family or friends and later on posted his own bail with his own money. New York City became a divided playing field, mainly due to Getz being a Caucasian male who happened to take matters into his own hands and deliberately shoot 4 black males who he thought were going to harm him. Some New Yorkers believed Getz's story. Others felt as if race played a major role in the shooting. The black youths stated that their only intention was to panhandle and not rob Getz. They wanted money only to go to the arcade and have a great time. There was no mastermind plan of malice amongst them. After the shootings, Getz became a household name and he gained many supporters who felt as if he was a hero for standing up to his attackers.